If I had to start a brand new business from scratch, this is exactly how I'd get customers for it, as someone who's generated thousands of leads on Facebook ads over the past 8 years. So I'm going to split this up into 3 bite-sized videos. The first one today is going to be about your high-level strategy and how to actually create an offer that you can put out there and it's going to attract customers to you. The second video is going to be about how to actually design your ad, design the image for it, what to actually write in the ad, and a few tips and tricks about getting conversions up. And then the third video is going to be about how to take what you've done and put it into an ad and get it out there so people can see it and hopefully start generating customers. So let's just jump into the first part. So this first video is just going to be a quick slideshow, just giving you the foundation to getting customers with Facebook ads. And before you start spending money with ads, it's important to get this one thing in your head, this one key concept. Now, I'm in a lot of Facebook groups and forums, and there's a lot of people in them asking why their ads aren't working. And they're usually looking for advice, one hack or account structure that's just going to kickstart their campaigns and save everything. Quite often though, they don't have the core of their ads right. And they're not understanding that Facebook ads is best used as a direct response advertising platform. That's for small business at least. If you're a big, huge company, you can afford to use it as a branding platform. But for small businesses, it's a direct response advertising platform. Quite often it's one core thing that they need to look at. It's not their targeting, not their ads or structure, but it's the cornerstone of Facebook ads, and that's their whole offer, what they're offering. And to do well on Facebook ads, you need to craft an offer that makes a prospect take action. So how do we do that? Think about the service you offer, all of the working parts of how you deliver that service. And I'll use an example as a landscape garden company. So how they deliver their service is a customer calls and books an appointment. The company then goes out, visits the property, gets the customer's requirements, measures the job, etc. The company goes back, prepares the design, prices the job, sends in the quote. If it's accepted, the construction process starts. And then at the end, there's a handover period where the completed job is handed over. Now start to think about how you can shape that process into an offer and use these fundamentals. So this is the fundamentals of a direct response offer. You want a clear benefit. What do they get? You want to be specific. So generally numbers beat vague claims. If you're saying you're going to save 27%, that'll perform better than saying they're going to have huge savings. So for example, if you're a solar company, rather than saying to people, you're going to save money on your energy bills, tell them you're going to save 49% a year on their energy bills, or 500 a year, or whatever like that. Use scarcity or urgency, limited time, 10 spots left, etc. Now, risk reversal, you don't necessarily need this, but having stuff like a guarantee, free trial, refund if they're not happy, takes away that risk from the prospect, so they're more likely to take you up on your offer. And then the thing about direct response marketing, you always have to have a strong call to action. That's what you try to do. You're trying to make them take action. So call to action is one of the most important parts. And just looking at some further key points, your offer needs to be action focused, needs to include a clear call to action, like I just said. The results need to be measurable. So typically you want to measure it by how many people called you up to get a quote, how many quotes you're giving out, how many appointments you're booking, how many customers you're getting. So you want to have a clear goal that's measurable. And you need to think maybe short-term sales orientated. So you're not trying to get your name out there. You're just trying to run ads to get sales directly, which is it seems obvious, but if you're just out there copying what other companies are doing, you might miss out on that. And you often want to include special offers or urgency. So these are just some broad examples of offers before we start going to stuff that's a little bit more specific. So you can have set price offers where brand new boiler for a set price, percentage discount, everyone likes half price, 35% off, etc. Free consultations, so if the way that you deliver your service includes some kind of consultation, you can offer that for free. You can ramp up the value of add-ons, and you can have risk-free guarantees. So that can be your offer. If we don't deliver, you don't pay, etc. And now to go into some more industry-specific offers. So some for restaurants or get on free meals, lunch combos. Quite famously, Domino's Pizza absolutely exploded in the USA because they had this offer that pizza delivered in 30 minutes or it's free. So that took away a lot of risk for people. You're going to get your pizza within 30 minutes or it's free. They blew up. Then when they came over to the UK, they changed their offer. They changed it to 2 for Tuesday. And then they exploded in the UK. So that's a huge company that's used offers to just absolutely explode. In the trade, you have stuff like free inspections, fixed price, repairs, installation. So the free inspections might be a free consultation. Gyms and fitness, first session free, 7-day full trial, completely risk-free to try out a new gym. So for beauty salons, you could have new client packages, bundled deals. Chiropractors, you can have free scans, first visit £29, and you can mix and match these up and just come up with your own ideas. Now, this is another key concept of direct response advertising. So sacrificing profit can feel scary, but you have to think about it that you're getting a new client for life. All the work you might get from them, all the upsells, all the referrals they might give you. So if you want the most from your offers, just think about it in the term of focus on lifetime value, and then that'll make it a bit easier for you. But go back to that example I gave where I explained how the landscape gardening business fulfills its service, and let's just go through a few offers that they could maybe use. So get a free garden design worth $3.99 with every job booked in February. So this is an example of an offer where you don't have to give anything away to attract customers. You're taking a usual part of the process, giving it a value and repackaging it. Because you've given it a value, it's added value to your whole offer there. And then if you include the month, it's given scarcity. So if you want this free garden design, you need to book it in February. Now, this is a price-based offer, and I really like price-based offers because when you turn up to quote for the job, they already know your price. So the price and the budget is going to be very close. The thing about these is you can go in with a set price, but you can increase the order value by giving better materials. So you can say this price is when you replace an existing driveway with bog standard red blocks. If you want the grey slate blocks in a herringbone pattern, it's a little bit more. So you can try and bump up the price, get them up a kind of value ladder there. But if you're going in with a set price, always make sure it's something you can deliver on, offer a good service. If they don't take the upgrades, then nobody gets burned. And just the last one here is 6 weeks of free garden maintenance with every garden project. So typically, this is an example of adding value there, and it plays in well with the concept of increasing lifetime customer value. So typically after a garden project, you might have laid a new lawn. Usually the garden company might want to carry out the first cut. This is just an example of taking it further, giving them the 6 weeks free maintenance. So you've added value there. They're going to come to you rather than your competitors because they get more value. And at the end of the 6 weeks, you can give them a quote how much a month it's going to cost them for maintenance. So they're hopefully going to become a long-term client. So you've attracted them with an offer and increased that lifetime customer value. So in my next video, I'm going to take one of those offers I've just created for that garden company and turn it into an actual ad so that you guys can follow along and learn how to do it for your own business. I'm going to create the image, show you what to write in the actual ad, how to increase conversions. So like and subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Cheers.